Mr. Direct Hit, I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gonna make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C. That's where the home of the Washington Redskins resides. FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Washington Redskins. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Down. 15, Lonnie. 15 Lonnie. Just like that. Protein spill.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Gets this one to Hill. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for his Saints. First down.
First down, Saints. Hey, exit. Watch the
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man, it's Brown. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, New Orleans. Antonio Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the 32-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Here's Geis. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, come on. Let's go. Hey, Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I got it. Check. Check on. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Come on, set. 53. Check.
3rd and 2, now Haskins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
And the Saints first down.
Okay, ready?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Two-jet bomber. Two-jet bomber. Now.
He'll look to throw. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. 2.
They'll set up a throw. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Toss play, Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Check it out,
On 2nd down, Kamara. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Set, ready? 10-2 stop. Watch the crowd. Get it.
Looking to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a run with Geis, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
2nd and 9 now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
What we got?
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
This time, Haskins will look to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback.
That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown, Saints. Traquan Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go!
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On 2nd and 12, Haskins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. This is Geis. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On the ground, Kamara. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Greystone travel.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 17-yard line.
On the ready.
A gain of 18 on the play.
That's the way. Hey, Delta. Ready.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Geis with the carry on second down. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a third down and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now Brown. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Haskins on first down. Got an open man, it's Harmon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now it's Haskins. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
To throw again on second down. Haskins, and this is incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and it's 3rd and short.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On first down, it's Haskins. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
50, plant. Under 10, under X3. 218, chop it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Antonio Brown, his second touchdown of the night. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point, and it is 28-0.
Saints 28, Redskins nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face a third down. Third down, here's Haskins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Second down, Haskins. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down. Haskins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. On the ground, it's Geis. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. On play action, Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at FedEx Field, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they've put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Back to throw. Space to maneuver at the 40. Complete. Smith has it. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
At their own 18-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Check 50. Get it.
They go with Murray again. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey. We got 3. Ready.
He'll drop to throw. Thomas has got it. Complete. Past the 20. 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, this is Geis. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run with Geis. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Let's get it. Ready. Loaded base. 53 is the mark.
3rd down, here's Geis. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Love. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one, a first down pickup of 8.